welcome to the Brews and Reviews podcast. I'm Brenton.
Ron.
And we're back. We've had a unintended hiatus for a little while. We were interrupted of our movie May special where we were looking at, we started the Back to the Future trilogy.
We did watch the second one, just never reported on it.
Yeah, and why was that?
My fault, guys. I caught the Rona.
You did.
Yeah,
First time.
So yeah, the other week I got stitches for the first time and finally caught the Rona.
Yeah.
Don't recommend it. My wife was down for she still is, but she was in bed for like 12 days.
Far out.
Like, she just couldn't move properly and achy and all the symptoms you get with it.
Yeah.
I was not too bad. And then my youngest son, he got it before me, the day before me. My oldest son, though, pretty sure he's the antidote.
He still never tested?
He tested positive.
Oh.
Didn't show any signs.
Just was never sick.
He had a
good on him.
sniffly nose.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Solid immune system.
And he was born into COVID. He was born 2020.
Yeah.
So he's a COVID straight
baby.
in the hot spot. So yeah, the first part of his life was just at home.
Yeah, there you go. So we missed 2 weeks of recording. We were already pushed back because we usually record at least an episode in advance.
So we were supposed to record before I got sick, but I was running late at work and I was like, I won't be home until late, which is probably lucky because I probably would have given you COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. That's good.
Good timing.
Because movie May is finished, we're well into June. What's the date today? 13th of June? Yeah, Friday 13th. So we're going to skip that. We might come back to doing some movies. We thought we'd get straight back into 24 after 24, back into season 2, which I was actually really excited about, to get back into 24, to be honest.
Yeah, I was when I put it on last night.
Yeah.
I was like, I've actually been missing this.
Yeah. I can't remember, was there a recap at the start?
No,
there wasn't. I'm going to give a brief little recap before we kick it off, just from what I can vaguely recall from season 1.
Yeah, and we'll get into it, but the opener obviously doesn't say the day of the presidential primary anymore.
Yeah. So this time we're going to, I think we may have talked about it on podcast before, that we were considering going to 2 episodes per podcast, which is what we're going to do. Just so that we're not trying to fit so much into one episode and drag them out to 1.5, 2 hour episodes. Hopefully we can keep it around the hour mark by doing 2
When
episodes.
we started, I was super keen. So I was doing the full watch on the Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And then I do my note taking on Thursday. So I do double watches.
Did you do that this week or no?
No.
It's the way to go.
But I got stuck because I've been watching this Alone show, Alone Australia.
Yeah, that's right.
And I really got into it and I smashed out the first season.
Is that where they just dropped into the middle of nowhere and have to survive? And what do they do when they've had enough? They put their hand up and...
So they get like a sat phone and they call up and they go,
and so
I'm tapping
person
out.
who survives the longest.
Yeah. Like there could be no end. If 2 people just like continuously surviving.
Oh my God.
Until one goes, you know what? Or they do have medical checkups.
Oh, okay.
So on this first season, someone won by default because they got the other person got taken out.
Right.
Voluntarily.
What? Someone just said...
So the doctors came
sick.
in and they're like, we keep coming, your blood pressure keeps dropping every time we're here. Like, it keeps going further. And if it keeps going,
So are they wearing monitors?
No.
Right.
No.
So someone just meets up with them at some point,
checks
them out.
Every few days, I think someone comes out, like a doctor, does stand on the scales, they get their body weight.
Oh, wow.
But they don't get to see their body weight or anything.
Yeah.
But it makes me want to go camping.
That's extreme camping, but
I'm keen. Yeah. Just drop me in Kaipo Forest. Start a fire.
Is that on SPS? I'm keen to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Cool.
The only annoying thing is fucking ads.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that SPS has ads.
There's only got 3 sets, but it's like 120 seconds. You're sitting there like, there's no next button.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think Alone America, I think there's an American version. That's on maybe Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Where are they dropped?
So Australia one, they did Tasmania.
Yeah.
Which was pretty good, like in winter.
And they don't know where they're going to be dropped, do they?
I think they know where they are. Like
once they're dropped, but I think beforehand they don't get... I remember hearing an interview on the radio, maybe on Hack or something like that, about a contestant that had been on it. And like for training, in the lead up to it was just going to random like wilderness parts of Australia, and just checking them all out, scoping them all out to try and figure out, like they're trying to preempt where they thought they might be dropped.
Yeah.
And like, if I was running the show, I'd drop them here.
Yeah.
And so then they come up with tactics for each of the different locations where they thought they might be dropped.
I know season 2. So season 1 is Tassie. Season 2 is New Zealand.
Oh, cool.
And then they go back to Tassie for this latest season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think season 1 was like prime COVID times.
Okay.
Because there's like, masks. And one of the contestants copped COVID on his first day.
Oh,
and then got taken
kidding.
out. Yeah, the SA kid. I was
Far
like, damn
out.
it. But yeah, no, good show. Recommend.
Yeah, nice. All right. Before we get stuck into 24, let's do our brew reviews. Now, it's my week this week. So this is quite a good one because you can't see any hints at all. Now,
Hard solo.
It is not hard solo. You said it was. It's been a year of first for you. I'm going to continue that trend.
You better not have got a stout.
I've gotten the stout.
Oh man, I was looking forward to a beer tonight.
I think you're going to be surprised.
Oh, I'm not into eating my drinks.
You don't have to eat it. Now, I've gone for...
the Uraidla?
Yeah, I've gone Uraidla
Okay.
Brewery, which is another, as usual, another SA brewery. There's so many of them.
See, I like coconut.
See, this is what I thought. Okay, so this is the coconut Moonlight toasted coconut stout. So it might be a little bit sweeter.
Do I have to roll it or anything?
I have no idea. Like, ideally, I would pour it into a glass, but I don't trust my pour. And I don't have any glasses, so we're going to drink it from the can.
Straight from the...
Yeah. So this one here
What are
is
these stickers for?
5.6%. So what it is, all the Uraidla cans are exactly the same, and then depending on what beer it is the label at the bottom.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. I noticed it when I was
Maybe
picking them out.
I swear they weren't. I swear because I've been to the Uraidla Brewery.
Oh, have you? Is it pretty good?
Yeah. It's at the Uraidla pub.
Yeah.
And yeah, I bought beer from
it's
them
part of the same same building, is it?
Yeah. I was there not long ago, actually. Got
Yeah,
some
cool.
bakery food.
Well, might as well crack it.
You go.
You go.
Do you remember how to do it? Do you remember how to do it? I taught you. I taught you last season.
I did. I pushed it, but it didn't help.
Go to this hand, that one, and then you...
All right, you crack first. What do you think of the smell? Chocolatey, hey?
Yeah. Can't smell the coconut. Mind you, you're lucky I had no taste, or smell.
Oh. Is it fully back or are you still a bit
Yeah,
muted?
I can smell now. But I
Yeah.
was like changing my son's nappies and I'm like, can't smell a thing. I was like, this is amazing. All right, here we go.
That's good. Come on.
That's not bad.
See, I told you. What were you expecting?
I don't know. I don't know why I've been put off. Maybe I've had a taste of a stout when I was young or something.
Yeah. Oh, I had something when I recently started having stout a bit more regularly. I had something else completely in my head, and I tasted. I was like, "Oh no, this is great."
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was.
I am getting a bitter taste at the end.
Yeah, it's at the end, but can you taste the coconut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% I can taste the coconut.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. I like that.
Down for that.
Heaps, it's almost like chocolate milk.
Yeah, with a bitter ending.
So some stouts have a lot of coffee flavour, or most of them are fairly chocolatey. I can't taste any coffee in that.
Yeah. Coconut though.
Coconut milk, coconut chocolate milk is what I'm getting.
Chalky coconut.
No, I like that. I would give that a 8 out of 10.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna go a 7.
Wow, I was expecting like a 5 or a 6 from you.
No, it's actually.
There you go, 2025, new Ryan.
There we go. Gonna catch COVID, get some stitches, have a stout.
All right, let's get cracking on 24 after 24 season 2 episode 1. Before we get started, I'll give a little brief reminder of what happened in season 1. So
I'm listening.
We have Jack Bauer, CTU director of his
the LA branch. Yeah.
LA branch.
Yeah.
So he's brought in. He's at home. He's brought in and told about a plot that they've discovered. A plot on the president candidate.
Yep. David Palmer.
To kill David Palmer. Essentially, he's tasked with a team to try and figure out what's going on, who's trying to kill him, and to try and stop the attempt. And also told that there's potentially someone working on the inside of CTU, a mole.
Which ends up being
none other than his previous lover,
Nina Myers.
Nina.
That bitch.
She's sort of 2IC, which he would have been working with for years.
Yeah.
So along the way, his family gets kidnapped, both his wife and daughter. Multiple times for poor Kim.
Yeah. Shit storyline.
Essentially, a group or a family, the Drazen family, are trying to get revenge on both Jack and David Palmer, who were involved in a plot to kill one of the Drazens. Ends up killing
Victor. Yeah.
Well, no, they don't kill Victor.
They kill Victor's family.
Victor's family
and daughter.
So the plot is to take Jack's family and kidnap them, so that Jack's compliant and helps to try and kill David Palmer. But it's all everyone thinks it's just because of who David Palmer is, first black presidential candidate, but actually it's more about a revenge plot. So at the end, Jack ends up killing the Drazens after a lot of back and forth.
That's right. There's a big shootout on a boat.
Big shootout at the end. Is it the last episode or second? No, it's the last episode. As Jack sort of discovers that it's Nina who's the mole.
Yeah.
Nina's left alone with Jack's wife Terry.
Teza.
And kills her. So the end of the show is Kim survives, Jack's daughter survives.
Yep.
Nina is captured, not killed, but Terry, Jack's wife, is killed. So that was 24 episodes, just narrowed down into 1 minute.
That was it. And cut.
See, now you don't need to watch it. Or you can just go back through our season 1 of 24 After 24 and we'll give you beat by beat.
Yeah, solid 24 hours of it.
So jumping...
You could probably play the episode on silent and listen to us. And
exactly. It'll all line up.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah. That's the other key thing. If you haven't watched 24, you should know this. Yeah. Everyone should know this. But it's every hour in the episode represents an hour in a day. And season 2 does the exact same thing, but... Season 2, rather than starting off at midnight, starts off at 8 a.m.
It does. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Yeah. So it's like, I like that. I like that we're starting in daytime.
And again, it started in another country.
It did. So
it started in another country last time, didn't it?
Oh,
whatever country.
That's gone way too far back now.
This time we've gone to
South Korea. A really weird opening scene of someone being tortured.
Do you know what that reminded me of? Do you remember Batman? The episode with like Bane and Ivy.
Oh.
And how she made...
Is that the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
As,
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. And it was like he gets injected with that goo.
Yeah.
So they had those bags on this guy's feet.
I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, there's lots of fluids. There's IV fluids.
They were torturing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes out later that they were trying to...
By the way, I'm just going to put it out there. Still don't remember.
Oh, no, this is...
No.
Wow. What season did you start watching?
Well, actually, some of the characters that have come in, I recognise. Like, not Paula, the chick from Roseanne, but that other one. The one that looked like the new Nina Myers.
Oh, yeah. She didn't really do too much in
she hasn't.
These episodes.
Yeah. But yeah, she seems familiar.
Right. No, I don't know her. So yeah, we start off with someone being tortured. And after a while, one of the what does he say? He says something in Korean today or something like that.
Did it pop up?
Yeah.
Because I watched with subtitles on.
Yeah.
And it just says speaking Korean.
No, some of it was when it's sort of incoherent, but when they're actually saying something, because I had no subtitles on at all, and I'm like, oh, they're speaking, and I have no idea what's going on. And that happened in season 1 as well, in some episodes. So I went back, turned captions on, and for the stuff where they're actually saying something important, it does say it in English.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. For next time.
Yeah.
So then one of the Korean torturers walks into a room full of Americans.
Yeah. And it's like, it's happening today.
Yeah, it's happening today. So that's the information that they got that they were torturing the person for. And then where do we cut to?
Old David Palmer and Bowling Ball.
Yeah, Keithy. Bowling Ball's back into right in episode 1.
Going for a fish.
Yeah,
having a bit of R&R.
In a river somewhere.
Yeah. Then it gets cut off.
And what the other thing that we learn straight away in that scene is that he's not presidential candidate David anymore. He's now
he
Mr.
is
President.
the Barack Obama.
Yeah. David's getting picked up. Was it by a helicopter came and landed in, and
Yeah, something like, I can't remember, but yeah, it's just like
a
bunch of guys came.
said you need to finish your trip, your day off that you've got with your son.
Yeah, because he said something, has this ever happened before? And then the lady was like, the NSA have never called a president off his day on his day off.
Yeah.
So it must be important.
Then we cut to Kim with a kid. So I'm sure at the start it would have given us a date.
Kim in her underwear.
Yes.
Oh.
So
How old is she?
Now she'd be a year older, 18.
Well, she obviously was finishing school last year.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Well, actually,
So I missed what
surely
the date
it's
was.
not the year after. Like, did the date pop up?
I think at the start where it had the time, I reckon there was a date as well. But
Well, yeah,
it's
shit,
mentioned
it is.
later on. Jack says been over a year or something like that. So I think it's more than a year, less than 2.
Yeah.
After the season 1 finished.
So she's just old enough.
Well, so first thing I'm thinking is like, how far in advance is this?
Yeah,
like
'cause you
Kim's
see
now
the
got a kid.
Yeah, and this dude walks in, Gary.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, this is her new partner or husband, and she's got a kid, and we're like 5 years in front.
Yeah.
But then I was like, actually, no, that kid's way too old.
Yeah, that kid's like bloody 7.
Yeah. So
David Palmer's on his last year of his second term.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're about a year after. Now this is going to be me. I'm going to whinge a lot about this. The Kim side story again.
You're not liking it?
Just a distraction. The Kim, and then we'll get to the wedding one as well. I know it's all going to come and tie together eventually, but at the moment I'm like, okay, we're going to be distracted again with these side storylines.
Yeah, I guess they've got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't just keep the whole thing about Jack and David like I wish it was.
Yeah, like if you cut that out, you'd be like, bang, half-hour episodes.
Yeah. 12 episodes. So then we're over to CTU, and we're catching up with Tony.
I thought Tony was the boss at the start.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nah, then we see
I
Mason.
even preempted. I was like writing down. I was like, "Oh, Tony, the boss man."
Ooh. So yeah, Tony. We got Mason. We got new character Paula.
Yeah, we got Paula, she's from the TV show Roseanne.
Yeah,
She played the daughter.
I could not think of what she was from for ages.
I don't know how long she's in this for.
Oh, really?
I don't actually know, but I was getting weird vibes from her.
Well, there's I know from seeing future episodes that there's another person in that role eventually.
Yeah, there is.
So she's probably in it for this season, but whether or not she goes beyond this one, I don't know.
Well, because I thought about it, because like in parts of the episode, she's like, I don't know if I'm cut up for this. Like I tried so hard to get here, and
yeah. And there's a whole bunch of like new faces as well, new support people, and there's a new like 2IC to. Well, I think now Tony's probably the one in charge, and then the new Tony. I don't know what her name is, but yeah, another new character.
The new Nina.
We hear Mason get a call from NSA that they need to bring Jack Bauer in.
Yeah.
So Mason talks to Tony, and Tony says, "Nah, no way. He's inactive."
Why Why do you need him? He's inactive.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's the only one that can connect it.
Yeah.
To the. Have we found out what they're doing? What happens yet?
What do you mean?
Like what the threat is?
No.
No, because So after this, like we then see Jack.
Yeah. Jack with a beard.
Jack with a beard and highlights in his hair.
Oh, I didn't.
He looked like he had
like
blonde streaks. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it would have been about that time that they were the thing to have. Did you ever have highlights?
Yeah.
Nah, I never did.
I want to go full blonde one day. My wife won't let me. Did you notice Keith Sutherland must have an earring? Because I saw they had like close up and you could see the hole in his ear. I've got one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can still put one in.
Can you really?
Yeah.
It's never sort of healed over.
Nah. My wife's like...
When's the last time you had it in?
Oh, fuck knows.
What, teenager? Or 20s?
Oh, I reckon I would have tried to shove one in. Like,
just to see if you could.
Yeah. But I know my wife's, hers close up so quick.
Yeah,
and
right.
she's like, every time she's like, ow. And I just like... might start bringing it back.
Cut to Jack. What's he doing? He's just in the car.
He's watching... No, is he watching Kim at this
Not
stage?
at that point. Why do we see Jack? All I remember is the beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we're back to David again. He's arriving at you know what it looked like? It looked like where the black location was, like the because they go down this set of concrete stairs to an underground secret facility, and it looked like where they were holding, or where Victor Drazen was being. Oh
yeah, they probably reused
it's probably the
set.
same set. Yeah. So he's
they're on like a military base thing.
Yeah. And as he's walking through the corridor, they're telling him that he's got to cancel all of his appointments that he's got on for the day.
Yeah.
But then he said he still wants to do his speech announcing a clean energy project. And I was like, I reckon that's significant. And I don't know if it's just, again, I'm trying to find things.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even pick
I'm looking
it up.
too much into it.
Yeah.
I'm like, why talk about that?
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, he's meeting with all the intelligence agencies in this secret facility.
And then some Eric bloke. Who's like the leader of whatever it is.
Yeah.
Giving him the rundown.
Is he the new division leader?
I don't know if it's division. I think he's
think
like
part
NSA
of the,
or something.
Okay. So yeah, they're giving him the run. This is where we find out what the plot is and what's actually going on.
Yeah.
That there is a nuclear device under terrorist control right there on US soil.
In LA.
In
of
LA.
course.
Yeah.
It's got to be
LA.
LA.
That's how you make it relevant. So they tell us about the terrorist. It's someone called Faheen.
Mahmoud
Faheen.
Yeah, something like that.
He's from a group called Second Wave. And then they're like, who's it sponsored by? And we don't actually find out then. It's sort of...
Do you who is this Prime Minister? Eric shows David a folder. Get me the Prime Minister. I'm like, is it Australia? Can't remember.
Did I find it later?
It never came up. But when he was like threatening him, he's like...
Yeah, I think they don't want to specifically say a country. I think that's why. I mean, it's an Arabic country.
Yeah.
But we're not actually told who it is. Yeah, they're very secretive about what country it's from. We cut back quickly to Kim again.
At the breakfast table.
Yeah, for a really...
So she's obviously a live-in nanny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that straight away, but yeah, after that we get it. And I wrote, Kim is a nanny, the dad is weird.
I got Gary straight up flirting with Kim. You have a great body.
Oh, he says that, doesn't he?
Just straight up. Like, you got a good body. Do you work out? I was like, ugh.
And he said that in front of his 7-year-old daughter.
Oh, yeah.
While they're having breakfast.
Yeah.
Weird.
And then now we go back to... then we go back to David.
Yeah.
Who's calling the Prime Minister.
Of this unnamed country.
And then he's basically like, if a bomb goes off in my country, you watch out.
Yeah, we'll retaliate. And the Prime Minister's completely denying any involvement.
Yeah, because apparently there's like 3 of those second wave camps or something in the country.
In the country, yeah. So he's saying, you know that they're there.
But you're not doing anything
about it. You're supporting them.
Yeah.
Then this is where we cut back to Jack.
Yeah, so now Jack's a stalker.
He's in his car and he's watching Kim be a nanny to this little girl.
Yeah.
Looking creepy in the car. If anyone walked past, they'd be like, what are you doing, mate?
Yeah. I mean, got the beard and everything.
Yeah. There's a lot of, I didn't really realise watching it at the time, but looking at my notes now, there's heaps of chopping and changing, more than usual.
Yeah.
I mean, it always goes back and forth between scenes, but
now you say that. Yeah.
It's changing heaps. So then we're back to CT. Well, I guess this is part of the Jack scene because he's getting a call. CTU are trying to call him, but he rejects a call.
Yeah.
And
he just doesn't answer it. Oh no, he answers. He answers someone, but he's like, "I'm busy.
Yeah,
I'm not an agent anymore."
Yeah, that's right.
Like, I'm busy
because it was a secretary or something like that. Yeah. Called first.
Yeah.
So this is after he hangs up on CTU. This is where he then approaches Kim.
And I was like, are they not talking?
Well, yeah, they're not.
So
she hasn't been returning his calls.
Yeah.
She says to him that every time she sees him, it reminds her of Terry.
Yeah.
Of her mum, who's dead.
Jack just blames himself.
He does, yeah. He's pretty hard on himself. And she's trying to say, it's not your fault. I just can't see you right now.
Yeah. But is that where he says it's like, it's been over a year and a...
Yeah, that's right. And then this is where I mentioned it earlier about the people organising a wedding. This is where we cut over to them. And I was like, what the hell is this?
Okay, yeah. So there's this bloke called Razor.
Yes.
Yeah, I've called him Razor.
Reza?
Yeah, but could not be bothered trying to spell it, so I just spelt it Razor. So from now on,
literally R-A-Z-O-R.
yeah, he's going to be called Reza. Yeah, so he's getting married to I don't even know her name.
No,
I didn't pick up her name.
I didn't pick up her name.
The sister that's really sus.
Who is she?
So that's Kate I don't know who she is from.
She looks familiar.
Yeah, I never looked her up.
No,
but
neither.
She does a bit. The family that Raids is marrying into must be very wealthy.
Yeah.
Because, there was talks about the company car.
Yeah, so the sister thinks he might be marrying in for just to get their money.
And because he's
he's Middle Eastern.
Yeah, she's all over him like a rat.
I think she said something about, because she mentioned something to her dad about, you're letting him have the company car. And she's like, I'm not being racist or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not really given too much information about what's going on here. Obviously, we're going to have to piece it together over the next few episodes. But yeah, essentially there's a Middle Eastern guy getting married to an American woman who comes from a rich family, and her sister is super sus.
Yeah.
She's hired she's speaking to someone who's got
the
ability to investigate stuff.
He's doing background check on him.
Yeah, on his finances and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that goes back and forward a little bit, and it's a little bit confusing. But
then we cut to George. I got George and Eric talk about bringing Jack in. Obviously, they've been trying to call Jack, but Jack's just ignoring him. Yeah, whatever. And he's on the phone to Mason, this Eric bloke, and Mason's basically like, I can tell you how to get Jack. He's like, you're with the president, right? And then, next thing you know...
well, Mason tries to call first.
Yeah, then Tony leaves a message on Jack's answering machine to call him back.
Yeah.
And this is where so he's at home, and he goes to reach... for a gun. He opens a drawer, and there's a gun sitting there. And the music goes all and you're like, oh, here we go. He's going to go into gonna put the gun to his head or something. And but he doesn't. He's slips past. There's the family photo of him and his wife and Kim. So they've already started with the mind games in this season. And then he's lying on the couch and the phone's ringing. Rings once, goes straight to thingy. And then it's David's secretary or something. It's you have a call from the president, please. And he's straight away.
Yeah.
He's like, hello, sir. And then basically, they're chatting away. And then David basically forces him to go into CTU.
Well, he tells him, because Jack says he doesn't want to. And then David said, well, just go to CTU, find out what they're going to tell you, and then make your decision if you're going to help or not. And then we cut back to Kim.
So all I've written for this is Gary seems like he must be an abuser.
Yeah. I've got Kim's the mum of the family, of who she's being a nanny for.
Yeah,
is acting all weird about the husband.
Oh, was that when
she's wrapping a present and she's he likes it to be
in a certain way?
Yeah, and I was like, he's abusive.
Mm-hmm. I got that straight away. And I was like, nah.
And again, that was a real quick scene again. So we're chopping back and forward.
Yeah.
So now we're back in CTU and. Mason, this is where he actually finds out what's going on. I don't think they know up until this point. They haven't been briefed on what's actually happening.
Yeah. By the way, I've written it here. So I said Tony having a fling with the new Nina, Michelle.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah. Did you see how they looking at each other?
Nah.
Yeah.
Missed that one.
Yeah. Okay. At the start of that scene.
Interesting. All right. We'll see if that plays out.
Yeah.
So Mason briefs the whole team about the nuclear bomb.
Just calls them. It doesn't even pull them into a room. Just straight huddle. Everyone huddle.
Get in the middle. Then we're over to a warehouse with people speaking Arabic.
Oh, must have missed
preparing a bomb.
Yeah.
And someone said it would be ready soon.
Yeah.
So we know, it's got to be ready within the day. Now we're back to CTU again.
You missed this tiny bit where not Jack, they cut back to Eric and he's giving the overview of what the damage of the bomb would do.
Oh, is that then?
Yeah, so just between that. Yeah, and it's it's about 2.5 million dead.
Yeah, worst case scenario.
And then basically the land there will be ruined forever. Yeah,
it's interesting. I don't know how true this is. I saw a clip the other day of Neil deGrasse Tyson. And you don't know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is?
No.
Astrophysicist.
Oh, yeah, I'm into that. Has he been on alone?
Is
he mates with Bear Grylls?
We must have different algorithms on our YouTube shorts.
Yeah, we definitely would.
No, he was talking about that these days with the hydrogen bombs, which are, I think, the most commonly large scale, like the real big stuff.
Yeah.
That there's no nuclear fallout afterwards.
Oh.
So it's all about doing damage at the time, but there's not the same kind of nuclear fallout that they had at like Hiroshima and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but anyway.
So the bomb's safer for everyone then.
Yeah, exactly. No, you just get absolutely obliterated at the time.
Yeah.
It's interesting, like, because they showed exactly like the bomb needs to be, if the bomb's dropped at 500 feet above, if it detonates 500 feet above, they don't actually want it to hit the ground. It's supposed to go off before it hits the ground.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that's apparently what it does.
Right. Well, this podcast can get flagged.
Yeah, if you're making a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's right. So he goes through what the damage is going to be.
Yeah.
Because they don't know exactly what kind of device it is.
They don't know if it's like a dirty bomb.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Maybe we should look that up. Do you know what that means?
No, I'm just going to assume it's like a homemade bomb. That's not as effective.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, then it cuts to Mahmoud.
Yep.
At the base, and then there's a dude there, like with a teaspoon.
Yeah.
Like pouring
in.
He's like,
I'm assuming like uranium or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. So then we cut to back to CTU, and Paula is worried she's not cut out. This is what you were talking about before.
Yeah.
And Tony gives her a nice pep talk.
Yeah, talks her up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good work, Tony. Really stepping into that leadership position.
Tony brings her confidence back up. Has he got longer hair as well?
I mustn't look at features.
Yeah, I think he's got longer hair.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Has he got the flavour saver? I didn't even see.
I don't think he does.
Yeah, it's obviously out of that year.
When we watch episode 3, we'll make note. Does he have his flavour saver?
Yeah.
But this is when Jack arrives to CTU.
He's in his flannel.
He's still got his beard.
Yeah.
And gets straight to there's no like
everyone's staring at him.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my God, it's Jack Bauer.
He's just like, what am I doing here?
And then Tony and Jack say g'day.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to say hello at first because Tony's just sitting there like staring at him.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, not going to talk to him.
So they tell Jack about what's going on, and straight away just walks out and just gets to a phone and calls Kim.
Yeah, that's right. So Jack flat out, Mason just goes, yeah, there's a nuke going to go off in LA.
Yeah.
And then he just fucking walks
Turns
straight
around
out.
and walks out.
And I'm like, oh, is he already on? Like, we're on here. Jack's back.
I know who's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's trying to get a hold of Kim and tell her.
Get out of LA.
Yeah.
She's not. No, he does. He gets hold of her.
Yeah. This is after also when Mason said to everyone, nobody's to talk to any of their family. And
yeah. No one's to tell anyone anything.
There's Tony just like standing behind him like, yep, you're telling your son, your daughter just to get out of here.
But she just brushes him aside and says, if you're going back to work, that's fine, but I don't want to be involved or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, she hangs up on Jack, so he's like, well, I've got to try and bloody stop it then. If she's not going to get out, then...
Yeah.
So Jack reluctantly helps, but he wants guarantees about Kim's safety.
Well, he actually walks out. Like, Jack was basically walks out and he's like, no, I'm going to get Kim, I'm out of here. And then he gets to his car and he sees like a young mum and daughter walking, and that sort of
about that whole bit
changes his mind. He's got a soft spot.
He realizes that he has to help to save everyone else, not
he
just
needs
Kim.
to try and save the day.
But yeah, he stipulates that they need to protect Kim.
Yeah,
which I mean they didn't do that last time.
And then then after that, I've written him like because he walks back in, and it goes Jack slips straight into control.
Yeah,
and he's just like basically
he never left.
I need this, I need that.
Yeah,
and then
And then we're back to the wedding people. Did you see me tag you?
Yes. it did pop up.
Did it come up, did it?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I got no idea what's going on with these wedding people, and I hope you're making good notes.
So it's just this Razor bloke who's we find out that he's got ties with terrorists.
Right.
With whatever it is he does. He's had dealings with them. But
that's right. And the guy who was telling the sister said, oh, it could be that he's just had dealings and not realised who he was dealing with or what they're into.
Yeah.
But it's really setting us up to be suspicious of Razor or Reza.
Yeah. And then, Kate needs to find out Razor. Oh, Kate finds out Razor has ties with terrorists, yeah. So she's even more sus. And then we go back to Eric, like this dude on David, in where David is. So really wants David to call the Pentagon, organise like the military to start acting.
He wants preemptive stuff, or he wants plans in place to retaliate if something happens.
Yeah, but David's like, no, because we don't want to cause hysteria. Because I got David's pissed with Eric already because he went ahead and started the phone call.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? I didn't organise this.
I don't know what, I want to know what Eric's actual role is. I don't know what
I forgot what his last name is.
Oh, God, I don't know it.
It's normally what we go off.
Yeah. And then we're back to CTU again. So, essentially so when Jack was undercover years ago.
Well, we find out Jack was in like an undercover. This is how he's somehow tied to it.
That's why they got him on board, because they knew he had contacts with one of the key suspects.
Yeah. So they brought in this Goran.
Yeah.
He's been arrested or something. And then I think it's Joe.
Yeah. So he's going to snitch on Joe.
Yeah, who Jack was undercover with. Yeah.
He's like the leader of a group. This Joe guy.
Yeah.
So Jack's cover was never blown.
No.
So they don't know that Jack's a CTU agent. When they said that, I was like, didn't Jack's information get put on TV?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
When they suspected him of attempting to kill David when they were trying to find him.
Oh yeah, he was all over the news. Yeah.
I don't know if maybe they just said suspect Jack Bauer. No, because is his name Jack Bauer?
No, it's Jack something else.
So anyway, they bring in this guy who's in custody for something else, and they want him to roll on this Joe guy.
Yeah.
And so Jack said, "Yep, you need to bring him in. I need to see him. I need to talk to him."
Yeah, and he's here. He's like, I got Jack setting up his cover. So he's going with Michelle. She's like setting up, like, Yeah, I did 10 years in this for that. And then Mason's not happy because Jack's not saying anything. He's like, what are you doing? Like, let me know. And he's like, no, I don't like you. And then Goran arrives and he starts interrogating him and then just pulls out a gun and fucking kills him.
Just kills him.
I was like...
Inside of CTU, and no one came running in.
Nah. And then Jack just goes, I need a hacksaw.
That was the end of the...
Oh, we got...
no, it wasn't the end. It was the end of...
This is when, the ending is Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's just fucking flat out. I was like...
just shoots him in the chest, kills him, and then asks Mason for... Mason's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, because Mason's like, I've just got this guy and... Yeah,
because they got him from FBI.
Yeah. He's like, I've gone above my pay grade, basically, to do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jack just fucking killed him.
I'm going to need a hacksaw.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, I didn't really pick up on it at the start.
Yeah.
And then, I was like, as soon as in the next episode, I was like, that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we arrived back to Gary coming home.
Yeah.
And then I've just got Gary beating his wife, pushes a Kim over. Gary hurts Megan. Fuck, I hate Gary. So he basically just goes on a rampage.
Like, how unlucky is Kim? Like, all she's been through, and then she finally gets a job as a nanny, and she finds the most abusive family to get involved with.
Oh, then the episode ends with Jack's basically giving himself a full makeover.
Yeah.
He's even had a full hair trim, and he's
I didn't notice the hair. All
I
saw was the shaving the beard, but I didn't notice the hair trim.
Yeah.
That was it. Jack's back, and I feel like that was like the moment, like once he was all clean cut again.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll straight into episode 2.
9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
That's it. And we start straight off with Kim again.
And then I've got bomb being loaded into the back of an American delivery van.
Oh, is that the opening scene?
Yeah, must be.
Right.
Yeah. And then, I've got Gary on the phone. Yeah, so we're back straight away. We're in with Gary. Kim's on the floor, I think.
Yeah.
And Megan
is as well.
on the floor.
She's hit her head.
Yeah, on the bed or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, so they get away, run downstairs, and the wife's like, here, take my car.
She's going to...
Get Megan out of here.
Poor wife. She's going to get absolutely...
Yeah. And then so they take the Lexus Land Cruiser, the rich version of the Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
That Land Cruiser's rich enough.
Yeah. Go from $100,000 car to a $160,000 car.
Yeah, and then we find out the car's obviously got a tracker in it.
Of course, it's
Gary's
fancy.
Like, give me the details.
Yeah, rings up this number.
Yeah. And then we go back to Jack. Jack's in a chopper. Straight away.
Yeah.
He's using the chopper for personal use. because he's going to go undercover now.
Yeah, so he's going back to see Joe, so he's going to assume his undercover role.
Yeah.
And then we cut back to Mason and Tony. They're talking about the agent that was going to go and try and find Kim. They've got
they get to Kim, but she's gone.
That's right. Yeah.
Is the wife not like?
Yeah. Surely there's a ruckus going on.
She's gone. Like, my husband's gone chasing her. Gone. Like,
did anyone knock on the door? And they just like looked through the window, like, can't see Kim.
Yeah.
She's not here. It's just some wife with a bruised eye.
That's right. Because they've told Jack, they're like, oh, she's not there. We can't find her. And then Jack's like, oh, okay. And then Jack's straight away on the phone trying to call Kim. And Jack tries to call Kim's Nokia 3310.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, oh,
classic.
Prime, I had one of those.
So yeah, when she's taken off with the daughter Megan, she's left her phone in the house.
Yeah,
so it's just ringing out, going to voicemail. But the agent that was supposed to find Kim, then Mason wants to redirect him onto some other task. I can't remember what the task was, but
I can't.
Tony wasn't happy because
he's like, we've promised.
Yeah,
like Jack, and then Paula's stressed over the bomb. She's like, I think she was talking to Tony. She's like, shouldn't we be like leaving?
Yeah.
And then
should we work remotely?
Yeah.
Can I work from home?
Yeah. And then so after that, Jack now arrives at this auto shop.
Yeah.
He's got in like an old bomb of a car.
Yeah.
And he's driven to this auto shop. He's got his leather jacket on.
So the first person that he meets there, sort of behind the counter of this shop, is Mick Poyle. I think, is it Mick Poyle from Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah, so the guy looks familiar.
He's pretty funny in that show.
Yeah.
It's weird to see him in a serious role.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I know him from.
Yeah, and then he gets knocked around by it. So this Eddie bloke is Jack and him were like mates undercover. So Eddie was mates with him while they were undercover, but they're like, you put Joe in jail. And he's like, no, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And then he starts talking to Goran or whatever. Yeah, he's like, oh, I heard Goran's putting evidence against Joe and going to put him away.
Yeah.
And all this. And then then he's like, go and check the bag.
Yeah. It's like,
as soon as he said it, and I was like,
there's a head in there.
Yep. And they open it and the head falls out. And they're like, whoa. And then, Eddie's happy, says, Jack's back.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jack's back.
I was like, let's think about what a CTU agent has just done.
Yeah.
He's just killed a witness in custody.
He's not a CTU agent. He's a civilian now.
Cut his head off. I'm like,
Jack's ruthless.
That's going a bit far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know that it's pretty gory. Oh, I realised that it's rated MA on Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't swear still.
They just got heads rolling.
Damn it.
Heads rolling out of a bag.
Yeah.
So they accept him back because he's helped Joe out by taking out the witness that was going to roll on him.
Yeah.
And then we're back to Kim again. This is what there's a lot of.
Well, we quickly sneak to David doing a media report because, the media. David's talking to the media because he's trying to keep them.
Oh, that's right.
From because he's cancelled a lot of stuff all of a sudden. And no, that's right, because they called him off holidays, and they're obviously like, well, this never happens.
Yeah, what's going on?
If the president wants holidays, the president gets holidays.
He's like, I caught all the fish. I bagged out.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's this one reporter, Ron.
Yes.
Well, I was like, another Ron.
Did we find out his name then? Or was it?
Ron. It was Wayland.
I didn't find it out until later.
Yeah. So
I think another Ron.
We know him as Wayland then.
That's the third Ron.
Is it the third one?
Yeah.
I fucking love her, Ron. And then, so he started to sniff around and he's got, like, he somehow has a source, that he knows that the threat level's been escalated.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll get back to him anyway. And then we go back to Kim driving.
Yeah. So she's on the run. She's driving this Lexus. She doesn't know it's being tracked.
Yeah.
She gets stuck in traffic, so she's like, I'm going to go down this alleyway to get
like
past these roads.
Oh my God, this roadworks. Where are we going to go?
Yeah.
She's like, I'll go down this alleyway.
Never go down an alleyway.
Yeah.
So she's down the alleyway. She's committed. She's halfway down, and then Gary pulls up in his convertible and blocks that end, and then she goes to reverse, but now someone else is coming down the alley.
Typical. There's like blokes unloading timber out of a van.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no.
First thing I thought though, I'm like, you're in a big Lexus, just ram him.
Yeah.
Or ram this. He's got this tiny little purple convertible.
Yeah.
Just ram the car.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been much. I reckon there was like a big enough gap you could have just driven out.
Yeah. But he's out of his car. He's walking towards them, and she's like, "Quick, we'll get out and run away." I'm like,
"Did you see she locks the doors?" And then Gary's like, and he's got the spare key, and I'm like, that wouldn't work while the car's moving. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think you can when there's already a key sorting it out. Anyway, details.
And then so they get out and run.
Yeah.
And then they hide behind a dumpster.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they actually get away from him pretty well.
Gary's such a douche.
He's got a weird person. Like, he's sort of calm and then just blows his lid like super fast.
Sounds like my son. I don't know what he's from. He's from a show I've watched.
He did look familiar.
He's from like an apocalyptic show that I watched.
Oh,
I reckon.
okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to look him up. We're gonna have to look up the wedding thing sister, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few.
Winslet.
There's a few that I recognise. Yeah, at this point wow, there's so many new characters that I'm going to have to learn all their names.
Oh yeah, so then we're back to Jack and then Dave. So Dave's this dude who's like
he's making a bomb or something like that.
He's making a bomb.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he's
not the nuke, but
No, they've got another one. We find out what they're going to blow up at the end. Try to blow up at the end. He's like, of course. And then Dave goes, "Just let me bird dog his records." And I was like, "What the fuck does bird dogging mean?"
I thought you were going to tell me. You didn't look it up?
No, I didn't. But I was like, bird dog. I was like, classic.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Anyway, yeah. So his name, and we find out Jack's name is Jack Roosh.
Roosh, not Roper.
No, not Roper. Yeah. And then CTU. So what's her name? Paula is in CTU, and they're like, "Oh my god, they're trying to look already," and they weren't ready. So they're like fumbling around, and then it's like it's dragging out because he's like, "Nah, he didn't. There's nothing coming out about his prison release."
Yeah.
And then he says, I think it's not Gary. What's his name? Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie's like, "Well, what does that mean?" He's like, "Well, he's obviously not who he is."
Yeah. Well,
and then
he was
Gary's.
in prison.
Gary, fucking Eddie's like cocked his gun.
Yeah.
And then then eventually it finally does pop up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Paula uploads it and it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Oh no, there it is. No, I found it."
Just took longer than usual.
And then Eddie's like, "You almost made me shoot a friend."
What would you say his name was? The one that makes the bomb?
Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't like Jack at all.
Nah.
He's suspicious of Jack.
Yeah.
Then I've got media knows something is up and David's pissed. I thought that was before them.
Yeah, so we find out Ron is going to go live at noon.
That's right.
With news to tell everyone the threat status has changed.
Yeah.
So and then this David goes set up a meeting with him, a private meeting with him. And he says something like, "Name it private meeting," or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, okay." Oh, and then he goes, and get me Amos.
Yeah.
Which we find out Amos is like the head of his Secret Service.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or something like that. No, Aaron. I haven't seen an Aaron.
Oh, is it Aaron again?
No, but I haven't, he was...
Oh, right. This is the
old
new Aaron.
Yeah, but I don't know if Aaron's still in it or not.
Yeah, we haven't seen him.
Should have brought back Aaron.
And then we're back to Jack again. He's really wanting to meet Joe, but he can't. So Joe Walden is what I've got.
Jack trying to intimidate Dave about the detonators.
Yeah, saying he's packed them too tight.
Yeah. And Dave's like, gets all like shitty. Yeah, he's trying to see. He's like, "Well, can I see Joe?" And Joe's like, "Nah, mate." Eddie goes, "Oh, tomorrow." Well, they're like, "We're busy."
Jack's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no worries."
Yeah, and they do a secret handshake.
Yeah,
it was like a full handshake. I was like, "Oh,
I forgot about that."
I was like, "Oh, yeah." Jack calls Mason and says, like, you need to pick these guys up.
Yeah,
and then what happened? Oh yeah, Jack pretends his car's broken down, so he stays there for the rest of the episode.
What do you call it? He flooded it, didn't he? Like he's stomping on the accelerator before trying to start it.
Yeah, so it wouldn't start, just cranks.
Yeah.
And then Dave's just like staring at him, like it's just I've got Dave super sus on Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because Jack's trying to watch what the other guys are doing, Eddie, and they're loading stuff into a van.
Yeah.
And then, Dave catches him watching him, and Jack does that quick, like, look away, like, I wasn't doing anything.
Just trying to get my car started.
Yeah. Then we cut back to Mason in CTU, and he gets an email saying that.
So he gets a classified email.
Yeah.
And then I've written here, he gets info on an 89 to 93% detonation of the bomb.
Yeah.
So that's what they're predicting.
Yeah, that's the likelihood.
That the bomb will go off.
So essentially, they don't think they're going to be able to catch the guys, and it's going to go off.
Yeah, and then I've just got George starts packing his suitcase.
Yeah.
I was like,
getting the fuck out of there.
Prick.
Yeah.
And then, Tony confronts him about it.
Yeah.
And then, basically...
Mason just pulls rank. He's like,
he's like, you don't know what I know.
Yeah. I've been told I need to go somewhere, and like clearly lying.
Yeah.
So I like that Tony called him out on it though.
Mason's on the run.
Yeah. Then we're back to Kim. I was like, same as season 1 Kim's storyline. It just like keeps the track. Like as soon as like we're on something with the Jack storyline or the CTU.
Yeah.
It's like back to Kim again.
Yeah. So Megan's complaining that her head hurts.
She's got a concussion, I reckon.
Yeah, and then she's being stubborn. So Kim's like, we got to run. We're going to go to a payphone. And then Megan's like, no, I don't want to go anywhere. So she's like, all right, I'll leave you here. And covers her in boxes.
Yeah, I've got Kim makes a box fort for Megan. Fun times.
So this is where Kate talks to this. I still don't know the dude's name that he's talking to. Basically, this dude's like, you need to find more information if you want to know more.
Yeah.
So you need to find his passport or his passwords or something. So she's like, he's got this shitty convertible. It's like a Chrysler.
Yeah.
Like shitbox thing. And she's in there and they're doing the whole intense music thing. They're like, they cut to this Razor bloke and then they cut back to her. She's like searching through, finds the briefcase, finds his passport.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's starting to walk over to the car, spots her in the car. He's like, what are you doing? And then she says some stupid excuse like, I need to move the car because there's more vans coming or something.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you can't do that without the keys. And then Razors says something like, I need to go get some strawberries anyway. So when I come back, I'll park it on the other side.
Yeah.
But she got away with it.
I was like, this wedding thing is weird. Like, is the wedding supposed to be today?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're doing a lot of stuff like real last minute.
Yeah,
like,
so they're setting up.
Yeah.
So they're setting it all up.
But I think they were going through like table configurations and stuff. I'm like, surely you would have this done beforehand.
There was a point, I don't think I wrote it down, but his future wife is inviting her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you got him coming?
Yeah.
And then he says, like, my family, all of my family, their wives have only ever been with one person.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but you're inviting your ex?
Yeah, it was very... And that was real awkward between the sister again.
Yeah.
I wrote down, I know this is all going to flesh out eventually, but I'm real impatient with, with not knowing what's going on.
He's going to be a big part of it.
Yeah.
He's probably like the ringleader. Yeah, then we cut back to Jack. And I got Jack and Dave still having a stare down. Yeah. So they're obviously still staring down. Then Dave tries to attack Jack, and Jack goes full Chuck Norris on him.
Yeah.
Like just full, like, can see behind him because he goes to punch him in the back of the head, and Jack's like, whoa, and then snaps his arm or something, and then he breaks his ankle. So he broke my ankle.
I'm like, surely they know that you're an agent with the way that you're moving. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Then that was it, and then now it goes back to Kim. Yeah, and then he reaches the payphone to call 911, but then the whole Gary rocks up.
Yeah.
And
hangs up the phone.
Yeah. And then Gary starts, like,
he starts trying to be nice.
Yeah, so he's in like he switches back to nice mode.
Yeah.
And he's like, I would never hurt her, blah, blah, blah. And then it makes you look like, Kim's about to be like, oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to take my daughter home or something like that.
Yeah. But then Kim obviously isn't really falling for it, and then basically he switches again.
Well, she says, okay, but I'll take her back to your wife and then...
Call your wife and see what she wants to do.
Yeah.
And then, he gets angry again.
Flips his lid again.
And then she kicks him in the dick.
Yeah.
And then...
Gets a tire iron.
Yeah, and then Kim fucks him up with a tire iron.
Yeah. Yeah, she clocks him and knocks him out.
And then we cut back to bloody Kate again.
Yeah, I know.
She's on the phone, got the info to thingy. Just that's it. And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, good job. I was like, do we really need to see that?
And then we're back to journalist Ron.
Yes.
With David.
David meets Ron.
Yeah.
Hey. And then, so they're having like a little little chat.
Yeah.
And
one-on-one.
David's like, what makes you think there's anything going on? Like, and he's like, I can't reveal my sources. And he's like, well, I can tell you there's not. And then he goes, well, no one's ever had a one-on-one.
In my 20 or 40 years or whatever he says.
He says you're barking up the wrong tree. And he goes, well, in my 20 years, no one's ever like had a one-on-one
meeting with the president.
Yeah, for over nothing.
Yeah.
So tell me there. And then Dave's on the phone that's when we find out like this Armus is head of Secret Service or whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes, you need to take care of him. And then they basically
So as he's
take
leaving
him
the
away.
meeting,
Yeah.
as Ron's leaving the meeting, he's got 2 Secret Service who apprehend him.
Yeah. And then we cut back to Jack.
Yep.
And because Jack snapped Dave's ankle, they're like,
We're a man down.
we're a man down. We need you, Jack. And Jack's like, yeah, I'm fucking in. And then cuts back to Kim. Can't find Megan in her
She goes back to the fort.
Yeah.
She's not in there.
She's not there, obviously. And then it cuts back to Jack. So they're at the end of the episode, they're in this van with the bomb loaded, and they're on their way to wherever they're going.
Yeah.
And Jack's like, so what are we doing? And then they're like, oh, this place has been giving us grief.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we find out they're going to blow up CTU.
Yeah.
And he's like, nice.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he's like, fuck, I really need to get to a phone. But yeah.
But again, like these, okay, I guess they're like domestic terrorists, I guess, but why would CTU be giving this group of people grief? And so much that they want to go and blow up CTU headquarters.
Yeah. I wonder if they're like a small part of the bigger bomb.
I don't know. I don't reckon they would be.
Yeah.
But there is a connection somehow because obviously they want Joe for a reason.
Yeah. I wonder who this Joe is. I wonder what actor he is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
End of episode 2.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, I was enjoying it.
Yeah. Again, just my standard whinge. Just too much side story.
Yeah.
Need more Jack.
I suppose they got to make it an hour.
I know. Yeah, I think once we start to know more about what's going on with Reza and the whole wedding crew,
Yeah.
I think the Kim story is going to annoy me the whole time.
Yeah. Do you reckon? Wonder if she'll get captured or something again? I was like, oh god, no, here we go again.
Is that going to happen every season?
Yeah.
I'm assuming, is she in it the whole time?
I don't know. Actually, I haven't looked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should look at that. See how many seasons she's in for.
I'm just excited to know when you're going to start remembering them.
Yeah, me too. Actually.
And figure out what season you started watching.
It'll be like the final of season.
Yeah, you just watched the last season.
Oh, that's right. I watched the last episode.
It's my favourite show.
Yeah. I've watched that much stuff. I keep pushing the information out.
Oh, there's so many things that keep cropping up, and like my wife's like, "Oh yeah, I want to watch this together." I'm like, "Oh, I'm back on 24 now."
Yep, sorry, busy, love.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of,
and I got to watch Alone. Ryan told me to watch Alone.
Yeah, and what's the other one you told me to watch? Where it's the same format as 24, where every hour is an
the
hour?
hospital one. Yeah,
did you finish? Is that finished for the series?
Yes, yeah,
season?
Yeah, it's good.
It was good.
Yeah,
the whole way through.
Yeah, yeah, you'll like it.
Is it 24 episodes then, or is it a 12-hour day? Like only half a day?
No, it's only like 13 hours or something. Because it's like this. I think it was following some bloke's shift,
right?
And he did like a 13-hour day,
yeah, or
something like that. He's the like head of ER.
Sounds like one of your days.
Yeah, feels like it. Yeah,
cool. I'm glad to be back doing 24. It's good, and I think 2 episodes better than 3.
Yeah, I reckon to go for a little bit longer, but
yeah,
it's not as hard remembering stuff.
Yeah, I think
and running through. Yeah, and then plus it's also my wife doesn't nag me going, "Are you done?" Like, oh, I still got an episode to go.
Yeah,
it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah. I think you finished them before me last night.
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
I snuck into your notes.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you can see little Kirsten. I was like, oh, he's about there. And then I was going to message you.
Yeah.
And be like, good episodes. And then I was like, I just forgot.
Yeah.
I went to bed, I think. But yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll be back next week for episodes 3 and 4.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, this is, or are we going to delay this release? Because I'm going to Melbourne next week.
Yeah. So we'll delay it, but it won't seem because we've had 2 weeks with nothing released, and then there'll be another 2 weeks with nothing released. I think so. We'll get in front, which is nice.
Plus, my phone's fucked.
Yeah, what are you going to do about that?
Just got to try and budget in to get it fixed.
Yeah.
It's like $200.
Have you shopped it around?
Yeah, so I went to the local near me, and same thing. He's like, $200. I was like, it wasn't just the one place in Mount Gambier that was like, mate, I'll do it for you 200.
Yeah.
They pull out a book. So it's obviously like, it's not the same place, like the same franchise or anything.
But they know what the parts are going to cost and how long it will take them.
And they're like, it takes like an hour.
How much is a new one these days? Oh, but that's like the good version. That's a fancy one.
That's a 13 Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's decent. And it's still like, works fine.
Yeah.
It's just the USB-C, or he's like, the pins would have just moved. And that would have been me because it was slowly stuffing up from plugging it in all the time.
So then you're like...
And I shoved like a toothpick in there to like get the flint out and stuff. And I would have just been like, I would have moved.
Flint? You got flint in there? You mean?
Oh, sorry. Lint. Sorry, I've been watching too many Alone. They're like sparking with the flint. But yeah. So... Yeah. I'm going to have to somehow fix that.
Well, to make transferring easier and so that you can get back to playing some COD.
Oh, I'm just hanging out. I'm stuck on Minecraft now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should get Minecraft.
I've got it on the PlayStation. My eldest plays it, but I don't play it often.
Yeah, I want to introduce it to my oldest, but I don't think my wife will let me.
Yeah.
Because like we haven't let him play any video games or anything.
Yeah.
But his friends do. We had book fair.
Oh, yeah.
At school, so it was like basically like all the Scholastic books, we've got him stuff from that magazine that we used to get when we were at school.
Yeah, we did some for...
Yeah, it's pretty... I was like, can I get that?
Some cool stuff in there.
I want the spy kit.
Actually, I think... I think he's looking at a new one. Like, they come out every term, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And I think he was looking at a new one today, and it was like Hot Wheels stuff in there, and
Yeah. But anyway, there was like a book fair at his little library at school. And then, because I was taking him to school like the other week because my wife was sick, and it was before I got sick.
Yeah.
It was a couple of days, so I just took him to school and picked him up. And we went in, and he's like picking all his books. Oh, he's looking at the books. Picks up a Minecraft walkthrough book, like how to beat the game. Like the full,
you don't even know the game.
A playthrough. I'm like, mate, do you understand? This isn't like a book. I was like, this is like, you play the game. It's based on a game. This tells you how to play it. Yeah, I know. I was like, he's like, I want it. I was like, but you've never played it. You've never even seen it. Like,
Did he get it?
Yeah. And then I was like, well, I'm playing Minecraft at the moment, so I'm sitting there in bed reading it. But he's like, I really want to see the movie, Dad. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. My oldest has seen it. And then we have to listen to the songs from it quite regularly.
So we haven't listened to the songs or anything because he hasn't seen it yet. Because, it's Jack Black, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And there's this song that they love and they always play.
You have to put it in.
Steve's Love a Chicken.
Steve's Love a Chicken. Yeah, from like videos.
And it's real short. Like, it only goes for like 30 seconds or something.
Oh, good.
And they just play it over and over.
Yeah,
and there's a slightly extended version which goes for like 45 seconds or something like that.
It's just got an extra Steve's Love a Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But apparently our friend's little girl, because her twin older brothers have been listening to it, she hasn't seen the movie, but apparently she's walking around singing that song as well. Yeah.
Nice.
All good. All right. Next week, we'll be back. Your turn for beers next week. Will we get another stout? Have I converted you?
I didn't finish it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I'm lucky. I think we did need to roll it. It's more bitter at the end. I'm not going to lie, but it's still...
I did roll mine, though.
Still delicious.
I did turn it up and gave it a roll, so it's been
Smart,
good.
Man.
It's been good.
Well, I'm glad to have introduced you to it.
I shall find a nice West End for you.
No, you're going to get like the most sour that you can find or something.
I probably will.
Yeah. Do Warheads make a sour beer? They should.
Oh, no, what about that? I want to get that one I showed you the other day.
Oh, the blue one?
Yeah, that's a sour.
Yeah.
That's a sour. But
you can find... Is that up at below?
No, I don't know.
Because I spoke to the bloke, I was like, I need to find a stout that I can get from a mate who doesn't like stouts to introduce him to stouts. And he's like, well, I don't like stouts. I'm like, great. He's like, but the coconut one might be good because it's a bit sweeter. I'm like, all right, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Great selling of the beer there.
Yeah.
Great work.
All right. Until next week. Catch you later.
Cheers.